My name is Tessa. I'm the co-founder of Fight Club, which is Bankless DAO's investment DAO. My background is in traditional finance, so I was a quantitative proprietary trader before that. I was a portfolio manager for a crypto hedge fund, so I'm really much more on the TradFi side.
Angela, my name is Chris. I'm working in token engineering for the last 5 years. We met at the first token engineering global gathering in Berlin, I think 2018. 19. Time flies so quickly. Where I was very excited about this space, and I started my PhD in this direction, and wanted to just contribute to understanding how to build token systems and how to both in practice but also academically approach this topic to make sure to design sustainable economies of the future. So being in the space 5 years now, I'm working on the one side in academia, and on the one side I'm working in practice with crypto projects and helping them to design token economies. So this is who I am.
Yes, Felix Falafel on Telegram. I'm doing my PhD in political science, and I researched the token engineering commons as first implementation of the common stack patterns as one of my 2 case studies. And I look at mechanisms that have something in mind for the commons, and then I look at how do communities talk about these mechanisms, how they make sense of it, what's their political consciousness and their political unconsciousness, so what are their blind spots.
So I'm Roshan. I got into tokenomics by accident. Before it was called Tokenomics. So I ended up in an office in Johannesburg, and they were wanting to do an ICO. So I did the modeling for them, and I've been consulting Web3 for about 6 years. And now I'm building a Web3 insurance startup in general finance.
Okay, so I'm Sean Conway. I guess I'm somewhat of an OG. I've been around in the space for a long time, and I'm the founder of EthCC, which is a protocol in a layer 1 blockchain for financing and verifying essentially state changes in the real world, which we just translate as impacts. And so the involvement that I've had with token engineering, I guess, was like from pre-token engineering, being involved in the community and sort of really thinking through token systems, especially tokenization in the context of impacts. So how do we represent state changes in the real world in a digital format that can then be included into economic systems, particularly new economic systems that incorporate externalities into the economy rather than just ignoring them in the way that we have.
I had the honor to lead a short workshop here on designing token economies, where we really wanted to dive deeper into practical applications of formulations in mathematical language. So the goal was from conversations with our audience to define a token economy, approaching the GDS framework. So making sure that we can define the system states, define the state transitions, understand which eligible actions we have in the economy, so that everyone really can see how such a great framework can be applied. How you would start the process of making a mathematical specification of your economy, what to consider when you define your mechanisms, which distinctions to make, which things to focus on, and how to weigh different alternatives between designs, and how this is helpful when you talk about the formulations. This feeds back into the conceptualization and the business requirements.
It's token supply and incentive mechanisms and whatever, and now we have this intersection between the engineering of token systems and sort of more broadly data engineering and other forms of systems engineering, and all of this coming together, I think, super important. But it's amazing to see how technical and interesting, if you're a geek, that has become. And also I'm excited at the possibilities of where the tooling that is being developed, still some of it is very kind of much in development, is going to really help to improve the ways in which we design and make decisions about these systems that can address some of the failings of the previous systems.
What would you say, what is missing, or how can token engineers add value to the VC sector?
Well, first of all, they're an independent third party, right? They're not a participant an agent within the token economic design, so they're neutral. And I think that's a big point, is that being a neutral area to construct, I think, the economics behind projects is something that's, I think, very necessary to everything. And then also just the feedback. I think having that feedback mechanism of why did something go wrong, right? That's something that, VCs, we might not be able to dig into. It's not our area of expertise.
What really stands out to me is that the level of conversations is very high. People not only presenting, but also in the audience are very positive and very constructive with the feedback, and conversations are very good. But also the team building and the networking here is excellent. So like you have this possibility of attending some sessions, but also you can go here and within this open space talk to attendees, and many good friendships and connections will be made here, I'm sure.